Hello, YouTube subscribers. Hello, Facebook, and hello, Michigan Wolverine fans. This is Harry Bryan back again with a video that I had no intention on making, but I have to. I had to make this video. At first, I wasn't going to make this video because Harbaugh is not going anywhere. He's staying in Ann Arbor, Michigan, after everything that transpired between him and the AD War Manual and this whole fiasco of him, wanting to seek NFL head coaching position. But I'm going to cover that momentarily. But like I said, I had no intention on making this video. And I kept thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute. This kind of rubbed me the wrong way because of what Jim Harbaugh did, how he handled the situation. I just needed to let this off my chest and my feelings about everything that happened ever since after the Orange Bowl when Georgia beat Michigan. And of course, congratulations once again to Georgia for winning the national championship. So now they're the kings of the mountain for a year. And until now, from the Orange Bowl all the way to yesterday, it's been a 30-day period. And a whole lot of things transpired. So I wanted to cover this. I really can't say that this video is going to be or not going to be a rant video. This video is going to voice my displeasure in Jim Harbaugh, how he handled this whole situation and everything else. I had to let this off my chest. Jim Harbaugh, of course, he's been the head coach of Michigan for the past 7 seasons. The first 6 years of his tenure, Harbaugh got us, I think, to 3 10-win seasons, probably 2 9-win seasons, 1 8, and of course the shortened COVID year, Michigan was 2-4. As far as regular records concerned, dealing with regular teams, Harbaugh did a fantastic job. You cannot argue with a 10-win season. But here's where the rubber meets the road. And this is why Michigan hired Jim Harbaugh. When it comes to beating Ohio State, Jim Harbaugh is 1-6, I believe. No, 1-5. Because Michigan didn't play Ohio in 2020 because of COVID. So, in his 7 years, he only beat Ohio State 1 time. When it comes to Michigan State, I think Jim Harbaugh was 4-3 or maybe 3-4, if I'm not mistaken. When it comes to ranked opponents, Harbaugh had a poor record. So that's really what Michigan is measured Jim Harbaugh by, is beating Ohio State. That was the main reason why Michigan elected to bring Jim Harbaugh to Ann Arbor in the first place, was the sole purpose of beating Ohio. And like I said, the first 6 seasons, Harbaugh failed. He couldn't beat Ohio. He could not beat that team. Then he struggled with Michigan State. He struggled with most of the ranked teams. Then let's not talk about bowl wins. And Harbaugh had more bowl losses than I believe any Big Ten team in the Big Ten East, if I'm not mistaken. So Harbaugh did a poor job when it comes to bowl wins. Okay, set that aside. Finally, in year 7, Michigan was unranked. Going into the season. They did not give Michigan a chance. Nobody gave Michigan a chance to make it to the Big Ten championship. Nobody never even thought that Michigan was going to beat Ohio State. But Michigan pulled off the improbable. Then advanced to the Big Ten title game. Of course, everything happened. Okay, Michigan won the Big Ten championship, and then football playoffs, semifinals, we got our bus spanked by Georgia. Okay, so all that aside, we appreciate Jim Harbaugh for what he did for the university. Now, was we happy all the time with Jim Harbaugh? Absolutely not. Because we felt that Harbaugh did not deliver on what Michigan was paying him. And we felt that Jim Harbaugh did not do what Michigan hired him to do. And as Michigan fans like myself have every right to voice their displeasure. I had every right to voice my displeasure with Jim Harbaugh and his tenure at Michigan. Now, what I said, the way Harbaugh ended this whole thing, Harbaugh had his heart set on going back to the National Football League because he figured, well, he finally got the monkey off his back. He finally beat Ohio. He finally won the Big Ten championship. And so I guess he figured that he better go ahead and leave while he's on high, instead of him, coming back next year. The problem that I have with Jim Harbaugh, the first video I made 7 years ago, when Jim Harbaugh was first introduced as the head coach, I said in that video that one day I know eventually that Jim Harbaugh gonna have his mindset to want to return back to the National Football League and to win a Super Bowl like his older brother John Harbaugh with the Ravens. And I knew that he kind of wanted to go back and try his hand again as the head coach of a national football team, an NFL team. I kind of knew that was going to happen. I have no problem with Jim Harbaugh if he wanted to go back to the National Football League. But the problem that I have is the way he did it. All these rumors start coming around, speculations coming around, that Jim Harbaugh was the potential candidate for most of these open jobs where they fire their coaches. Miami was one of the destinations. The Raiders was another destination. Then the Chicago Bears was the destination that was, that was probably wanting to get Jim Harbaugh. And then now Minnesota jumped in the mix and wanted to acquire Jim Harbaugh's services. So all these rumors came over. All these rumors start spreading like malaria. All these rumors start spreading about Harbaugh is talking to teams, or his agent is talking to these NFL teams because Harbaugh wanted to get back into the National Football League. And all these rumors started to spread, but at the same time, Harbaugh has not one time addressed the rumors. If Harbaugh was so compelled to stay at Michigan, why didn't he stop the rumors? Why didn't he address the rumors in the first place instead of letting these rumors just go ahead and just fly, knowing that it was close to National Signing Day? And then, of course, we have some commits that could have flipped and went to another school because of everything that's going on with the head coach and everything that's going on with the university, as far as, everything that's going on with the program. As far as all these, coaches, they getting up, leaving, going to other schools, which, it is what it is. But Harbaugh was the head coach, is the head coach, and if anything happens, as far as if the head coach leaves, or if he decides that he wants to accept another job offer, then that could have definitely would have hurt Michigan when it comes to recruiting, because most these guys that already signed their letter of intent, they could have just said they was deceived, and they could have easily granted a waiver, and they could have easily decommitted, and they could have went elsewhere and played their collegiate career. What Harbaugh did when he was in Minnesota interviewing for the Vikings position in the middle of National Signing Day, he was in Minnesota instead of him being in Ann Arbor trying to get more recruits to commit. He in Minnesota talking to the owner or talking to the general manager of the Minnesota Vikings instead of him being in Ann Arbor on National Signing Day. I don't know what happened, because the reports initially came out and said that likelihood that Jim Harbaugh is going back to the National Football League, and the reports came out that Harbaugh and his representatives was talking to the Vikings. It was a opportunity. It was a definite opportunity that he's going to end up going and accepting the head coaching position to be the Vikings head coach. Now, these reports start coming out. But why did Jim Harbaugh use Michigan as his leverage, or to try to use the NFL as leverage for him to either get more money or for the school to restructure his contract or whatever the case may be? Now, okay, I understand that Harbaugh earned, to the opportunity to get a better contract. Prior to the year before that, they had to restructure his contract, so instead of him making $8 million, they slashed his contract in half, and now he was only getting $4 million base salary. Then the other $4 million he can make up in incentives, like if you go to the Big Ten title and win the Big Ten championship and blah, 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 make it to the playoffs, then you get this X amount of money. So his contract was restructured. And I don't know if that was the case, that Harbaugh didn't want to go back on the structured contract. But why did Harbaugh say that he'll be willing to do the coaching job for free at Michigan? Because he so loved the university that he's willing to do it for free. That money is not his so-called mentality of why he wants to stay at Michigan. But here's the thing. Why would Jim Harbaugh have an interview or attend an interview in Minnesota during National Signing Day? That man could have well sabotaged the recruiting class because of what he did. I think what Harbaugh did was selfish. I think what Harbaugh did, it was beyond selfish. Why would he sabotage the recruiting class? And why would he do something like that? Knowing that other schools can use that against Michigan so they can get the top recruits instead of us. So what Harbaugh did was actually he hurt the university. And what he did, he hurt the university's reputation and what he done and the stuff that he pulled. And now, I don't know what happened when he was in Minnesota. He was saying that he was never offered the job. But okay, so if he was never offered the job, why would you go to a place? Why would he go to a place that they never offered him the position to begin with? I mean, that don't make any sense. Why would you go anywhere if you never been offered a position? So I guess Harbaugh thought that he was just going to waltz into Minnesota, going to the president's office or the general manager's office, and all because he's Jim Harbaugh by name, that he will automatically snatch up a head coaching position and be the next head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. And I guess that was his mentality, that he was just going to walk in there and just get a job and end up leaving Michigan. But what ended up happening, and I think what it was, that they really didn't trust Jim Harbaugh because of the mess that happened when he was in San Francisco, when he was the head coach. And I guess the Vikings had cold feet, and they decided that they was going to offer the position to somebody else. And so end up, Harbaugh had to crawl his way back to Ann Arbor with his tail tucking between his legs because he thought that he was going to go back to the NFL. He didn't really give a rat's ass about how we felt as Michigan fans and the players. He didn't think about the players. He thought about himself when he went to Minnesota. And he didn't get the job. So now I guess he's trying to downplay it like he wasn't going to leave in the first place. Man, stop trying to kid people, man. Okay? Let me tell you something. I'm a diehard Michigan fan to the day God calls me home to glory. I will always bleed maize and blue. I don't care who's the head coach. I don't care if Harbaugh's the coach or he's not the coach. I will always be a Michigan Wolverine. And like I said, I'm going to keep saying this in my future videos. And I might make this as my theme or my motto or my slogan. I'll make this as my slogan. Coaches come and go. Players come and go. But a true Michigan fan is constantly the same. But a real diehard fan is irreplaceable. That's going to be my slogan. For now on, every time I make videos, I'm going to use that as my slogan. Let me say it one more time. Coaches come and go. Players come and go. But a true diehard is constantly the same. But a diehard fan is irreplaceable. And I'm one of those diehard fans. So, here's what I would say, Jim Harbaugh. If I was War Manual, and if I knew that Jim Harbaugh was going to go and try to get a job in the NFL, if I was War Manual, I would tell Jim Harbaugh, the moment you get on that plane and you fly, you in the air to try to get another head coaching job, you're fired. And that's what War Manual should have told Jim Harbaugh. Because like I said, what Jim Harbaugh did and the way he did it was inexcusable, and it was downright selfish. Now, I know Jim Harbaugh don't owe us anything, but here's the thing. If he really loved this program, he would have never did what he did the way he did it. Now, if he wanted to go back to the National Football League, then he should have just gone ahead and just say, you know what? Instead of keeping us waiting and like, okay, what's going on? Why Jim Harbaugh did not address the rumors? So instead of him address the rumors, if he wanted to go back to the football league that bad, if he felt that way about Michigan, then hell, he should have just got up and left. He should have just cleaned out his locker and just got up and left. Took his family, moved out of Michigan, and go to where he needed to go and wanted to go. That's what he should have did. Because at the end of the day, just like Bo Schembechler, the late great Bo E. Schembechler, said just like this. He said, no man is more important than the team. No coach is more important than the team. The team, the team, the team. And I think if Bo Schembechler was alive right now, and he saw what Jim Harbaugh did, I think Bo Schembechler would have told Jim Harbaugh, if you don't want to be, if you're not all in and you feel like you want to straddle the fence, you got one foot out the door, then do us a favor and put the other foot where the other foot is and get to going. Man, we're too proud of a program to have to deal with one man. Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate you. I appreciate Jim Harbaugh for what he did for the university. I would not take that for granted. But at the end of the day, the program is more important than any man or any player or any coach. And that includes Jim Harbaugh. So, yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way. So, I don't know what type of damage that Harbaugh did because of what he did. I don't know what type of damage that's been done. So, but for his sake, he better hope it's not extensive. What he did, that should have never happened the way he did it. If he felt that he did not want to be no longer the head coach at Michigan, then he should have just let it be made known since day one and packed his bag and put in his resignation and leave. And not try to use the university or use the program for his leverage, but for our bad or for our disservice. Harbaugh knew better than what he did. That was no excuse why he did what he did in the way he did it. So I'm just going to say it just like this. I'm a Michigan fan no matter if he's there or if he decides he want to jet the hell out, then go, bye, see you. Because this program will still live on no matter who's the coach or who's not. This team right here will always live. And as long as this team here is still playing, and as long as I still got breath in my lungs, me plus this team, you already know. So I had to make this video. This is reaction video of everything that happened with this whole Jim Harbaugh fiasco, him going to go back to the NFL, and of course, everything that's going on. So I had to come out and to express my dissatisfaction or my displeasure and everything that has occurred within this long time span. It should have been nipped in the bud a long time ago. So anyway, if you like this video, please share it, like it. If you like my content, hit the notification bar and you'll receive new content when it comes available. But to everybody that watches this video, thank you. Thank you for supporting my channel. Even if you don't like the video, that's fine. But thank you for watching anyway. So I'm just on here just expressing my reaction to this whole Jim Harbaugh fiasco. And it should never went this far in the first place. So until then, hail to the victors. This is Harry Brown signing off. Good night. And until then, go blue.